Hey everyone, welcome back to the AV Playground. In this video, we want to talk about the battle of the streaming services, give you guys an update based on our last video. So, Warner Brothers has just been bought out by Netflix, which happens usually in the streaming world. It's normal for the streaming world, where we see one app go and be integrated into another. It really cuts down on clutter, but also adds more clutter when it comes to content. The clutter that it's reducing is app clutter, trying to find that right, application. Like if you wanted to watch something from Warner Brothers, you would have to go to Netflix in the future. And then if you want to watch something from Paramount, you go to Paramount Plus. If you want to watch something from Disney, you go to Disney Plus. Or if you want to watch a Hulu show or a Hulu movie, you go to Disney Plus. And then eventually, Netflix will shut down this HBO Max application because there's hardly going to be any more left. And I think Netflix might integrate some of the HBO Max originals mixed in as well. And I'm not really sure what that's going to mean for physical media, because no one really knows what's going to happen to physical media now that Warner Brothers has been bought out by Netflix. And Netflix has really gone out of the physical media game because they did get rid of their DVD by mail. They get rid of their DVDs by mail, their mail-in DVD service, and just focus on streaming. And Disney stopped, with their physical media, not that long back. Because Disney was like, nope, not going to be focusing on Blu-ray and 4K Blu-ray anymore. So now physical media is all going to be left up to these boutique labels, which I've never heard of. Because I don't know because a lot of my movies have been bought mainly from, my movies have been mainly bought from Walmart. And I guess the Disney movies I bought in the most recent years, like Elio and Freaker Friday, hasn't been probably made by Disney. The movie's been made by Disney, but the Blu-ray, the discs themselves, I guess were manufactured by Sony from what I've heard. Because Disney is focusing on their Disney Plus streaming service for the foreseeable future. And Sony, I guess, has been in charge of their physical media distribution. Especially when I bought Freaker Friday and I bought Elio and the live action Lilo and Stitch. All that was probably made by Sony or distributed by Sony. And because I think the discs themselves were probably manufactured and sold by Sony, from what I can tell. You know what? Let's go to who makes the Disney Blu-ray and DVD discs. Sony Pictures Entertainment makes and distributes Disney Blu-rays and DVDs in the US and Canada as part of a licensing deal from 2024, handling, manufacturing, marketing, and sales for both new releases, catalog titles which Disney retains control over its digital platforms. So, yeah, I was right. Sony is making, distributing, marketing their Blu-ray DVD sales. And who knows what's going to happen to Warner Brothers down the road, because Netflix, they don't have a distributor for a lot of their DVDs and Blu-rays. So the physical media market is definitely going to change a lot in the upcoming years. So, well, I can type in, what does Warner Brothers being bought by Netflix mean for physical movies, especially for the foreseeable future? Netflix buying Warner Brothers likely means a major decline for physical media, as Netflix prioritizes streaming, potentially ending Warner Archive, reducing theatrical to home release windows, and focus on digital access over DVDs, Blu-rays through premium collector's editions might survive under boutique labels. While Netflix CEO promises to maintain theatrical presence, the long-term trend points towards less physical output and more digital-first releases, squeezing theaters and the physical market. So it's squeezing theaters and the physical media market, and everything's going to be completely on Netflix when the movies come out, or when they get released. Key impact on physical media. Warner Archive is at risk. The closure of scaling back of Warner Archive, a key source for older Warner titles on DVD and Blu-ray, is a significant concern, threatening the preservation of film history. I mean, I kind of believe that. Shorter windows, the gap between cinema release and streaming availability. The theatrical window for new Warner Brothers films will likely shrink further, reducing the incentive to buy physical copies after a short theatrical run. Focus on digital. Netflix's business model thrives on streaming subscriptions, so new blockbusters will probably debut on Netflix first, making physical releases less urgent and potentially less frequent. Wow. We are doomed as physical media collectors. Potential for niche physical releases. While mass market physical releases may decline, Netflix might partner with premium distributors like Arrow Video, Criterion Collection, or Shout Factory for high-end 4K or collector's editions, leveraging Warner's vast library. Library consolidation. Owning Warner Brothers gives Netflix control over iconic franchises like Harry Potter, DC, Looney Tunes, and HBO content, potentially centralizing all these titles onto Netflix rather than spreading them out across various physical platforms. Netflix's Ted Sarandos say they will keep Warner Brothers as a studio with theatrical releases, but also mention evolving strategies suggesting digital access is the priority. The deal is about controlling content and maximizing streaming value, which often means reducing reliance on physical sales. We are doomed when it comes to physical media. This is going to be just definitely, we are definitely doomed when it comes to especially the 8-film collection for Harry Potter, a lot of the re-releases of like Batman, a lot of the Looney Tunes stuff being re-released. We are just doomed. But they did say they're going to focus on partnering with a lot of these boutique labels, which is probably nowhere to be found around my town, like in store. I like going in store rather than buying it online. I can't believe how much physical media is declining in the mainstream. But I think Walmart may or may not carry these boutique labels when it comes to their physical media releases. But right now, I think they're going to be making streaming a priority, making its main goal. So Warner Brothers has been bought out by Netflix, and this means the end of the Warner Brothers physical media releases, 4Ks, standard Blu-ray, and DVD. It's a good thing I bought my Harry Potter 8 film collection before all of this took place, or will take place. This is something that really needs to be talked about by a lot of physical media collectors. Let's see. So let's take a look at this movie right here that I'm looking at, How the Grinch Stole Christmas. It's been re-released in the theater for its 25th anniversary, and that one is to be streamed on Peacock, which is owned by NBC Universal. They might still be focusing on physical media, but we'll see. We're definitely seeing a huge decline in the mainstream physical media market, and it's going to be more of a collector's item for a lot of us movie enthusiasts. So when it comes to average consumer, I guess it'll be for people who own just a standard TV, a smart TV, using the 2 speakers. When it comes to home theater, like what I have right here, a lot of us prefer the physical copy because we can really hear it compared to streaming where it's more compressed and we have to turn the volume up way up just to hear the movie. So physical media is the way to go for my man cave home theater system going forward, but streaming will likely replace my physical media collection, but I will still have my physical copies for older titles. For newer titles, I might have to buy them digitally or stream them on Netflix or Disney Plus, Peacock, Paramount, Amazon Prime, buy them on Apple TV, or just focus on digital media, which is kind of a mixed bag. I mean, it's convenient, but you don't have the ownership. You're pretty much renting it for a monthly fee. It's taking money out of your account each and every month to pay for these services. Physical media, you only pay for it once, and you save the rest of your money for whatever you want. So, I hope you guys are enjoying this video so far. This is something that really needs to be addressed, because we're definitely seeing the early, like we're seeing we're seeing the death of physical movies for the mainstream. Everything is moving over to streaming, and it's a sad day. After hearing that Netflix bought Warner Brothers, that's stuff like Lord of the Rings, Harry Potter, Batman, all the DC comic stuff, Looney Tunes, and so much more. So if you guys enjoyed it, I'll see you guys next time. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you guys probably in the next video. Peace.